My next guest is Weili Dai, and she is the co-founder of the Marvell Technology Group. She is the only woman co-founder of the global semiconductor company, and since it began in 1995, she has helped Marvell rise to become one of the top semiconductor companies in the world. For her contribution to technology and society, Newsweek named Mrs. Dai among the 150 women who shake the world. Forbes named her one of the world's 100 most powerful women, and CNN International featured her throughout its Leading Women series. Hello, Mr. Dai. Nice to have you here.
Toda, na'im me'od.
Na'im me'od gam li.
Shalom sababa to everyone.
I see that you take your Hebrew lessons very quickly.
And it's my passion because Israeli people are so passionate, so I have to keep up.
Sorry to open with it right away, but you're one of the very few women in the high-tech industry, maybe the only one in that position. Why?
Well, it's passion, right? But first of all, let me explain. When people look at engineers, they call nerd, and that's why I call myself a geek. The subtle difference, because we're more fashionable. And so the story actually started with all the way go back. I want to, especially in the beautiful country Israel, I want to share a little, I'm sure relate to each of ladies here. Have you guys heard the term Jewish mom, Jewish wife? Well, I'm Shanghainese Chinese mom and Chinese wife. So guess what? We are giver, we're caretaker, and family success is our success. Husband success is our success. Children's success is our success. Speaking of this, I have my lovely husband sitting there and to show the support, and we have two lovely sons, 25, 23, study PhD at UC Berkeley. Now, you talk about how John Chimber met the wife, and the story I would like to start with. My husband and I went to UC Berkeley, and don't ask me where. Would you like to know where we met?
Of course.
In the elevator.
Oh.
Well, wait. Wait called Ragu? Is that called Ragu? Wait.
How many floors?
Well, it's in this engineering building, and I was running late for my lab. I walk into the elevator. Nothing to do with the movie Fatal Attraction, okay. So walking to the elevator, and then there was, well, you were hoping to hear some juicy story, but I'm afraid I have to disappoint you, but it was two gentlemen standing, waiting in the elevator for me. And they say, hello, and my Shanghainese mother upbringing need to be very friendly. I say, hi, and this is how my husband and I start to know each other. And then it's the engineering building, and you heard the terms called geek meets geeks. Okay, that's the rest of the story. So forward, and we built our own little family and had two sons. And but when I was in school, my older brother, I have two older brothers and me, I'm the little sister. We're all engineers. Mm-hmm. But every time we study, go to school, we talk about math, science. But when I met my husband, even though he was studying a PhD in electrical engineering, but this is the kid was dreaming about what next thing to invent, to innovate, and apply to the real world. So I told him, I said, you know what? Chinese wife, Chinese mother, guess what? When you're ready, first finish your PhD. When you're ready, someday we'll start a company, because this is how we can innovate. Now, even though I'm also running the company, leading the business, but as the Chinese mother and wife, I'm playing a support role. Like in the movie, the main character and the support role. So that's how it goes.
Can you tell us a little bit when you immigrate to the United States?
1979, from Shanghai to the beautiful San Francisco.
How old were you?
Ooh, well,
Oh, that's a tricky question. Okay.
it's okay for me to say because then people ask, really, are you sure you're in the basket or you're a teenager? But when I was 17.
All right.
Yeah.
So it was a new country for you. You were not a little child. You were a teenager, and you brought it in China. How kind of a shock did you get when you arrived in the United States?
Well, for those of you may know, Shanghai in China is quite unique city. I call it a global city. We have people from around the world. In fact, when I was little, my neighbors and I have neighbors and their relative friends are Jewish families. We really welcome people from all around the world to be in the beautiful Shanghai. So when I came to the Silicon Valley, San Francisco, it's very much like the similar environment, but the only subtle difference is I couldn't speak English as good as what I can speak Hebrew.
Yeah, okay, but you learn fast.
Well, with a lot of passion.
Yeah. A lot of people, the end user, us, know Google and Facebook and Apple. Marvell is, you described it once in one of your interviews as the pizza dough. Can you explain that?
Maybe the matzah dough? Maybe.
The matzah dough. Okay. Matzah doesn't,
okay, all right.
Pizza doesn't taste so well.
Oh, pizza dough, yeah. So, as a girl, as a mother and wife, we talk about try to use analogies that everyday life can relate to people to understand because technology is very nerdy, right? I mean, when I say we're semiconductor, we build this chip, that chip. So think about pizza as a product. So we're the dough. Tomato sauce are different type of operating systems, like the Google Religion, like the Microsoft, the Apple operating system, like the BlackBerry. The toppings are the applications. Okay, now you guys get hungry, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's speak about the pizza dough. What exactly the semiconductors does for us?
Sure.
What is Marvell does for us? Where we meet you, and what kind of machineries that we have at home?
Well, think about this. That's why I very subtle use the example of pizza. Is how can you make the pizza without the dough?
Right.
Now, if you only have a cheese, it's still a pizza, right? So what we have done in the 18 years of our history, Marvell, we are very much into invention, innovation. We dream about great technology, and we are really supporting great leaders. Number one, I'm very proud to say we have the CEO of Cisco here, and we support company like Cisco for the infrastructure, cloud, storage, all the way to the mobility. So if you think about the world, how the worlds are connected seamlessly today, I have another analogy for you. Think of pipes seamlessly connected across the world. And at the end of each pipe has all different sizes, and that's your size of pizza dough. So is it smartphone? Is it smart screen, smart TV? What I envision is all the smart viewing surface. Essentially, in the future, you'll have a smart viewing surface to decorate your smart furnishings. So it could be your countertop, could be your light switch, could be your wall. So in the future, it's not going to be you carry some 55-inch TV from Costco. It's going to be make to fit. Somebody come to your house, say, aha, how big is your wall? How would you like your smart viewing service all-in-one to be? And that's the future vision.
And you're a partner in the innovation of the Google TV. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Sure. So in the past, we are very much into standalone product, right? You make one product at a time. Moving forward, the new era of digital lifestyle is about connected everywhere, anytime, any size screen, any type of capability. So I use the term make to fit. And Google TV effort, what we have done is the ecosystem. It is very, very important. We all have to understand. It's not about one company, one product, and one chip. It's about ecosystem that everybody work together to build a solution that's going to address the future of new requirement.
I want to get back to the vision of Shimon Peres about the corporates that maybe will take place or will in some way support governments. Do you share that vision? Do you think that you have a role?
Well, President Peres, you guys are so lucky. I think you have such a great leader with passion and compassion, not only for Israeli people, for the people around the world. And because of his passion and compassion and leadership, and that's why he also attract people like myself, like my husband, like John Chamber, like the rest of the global leaders that are sitting in the audience to come and to support the great country, Israel. I use the words Eretz Yafa.
You're a Chinese.
Va Anashim Yafim.
Thank you very much. You're a Chinese American. From that perspective, do you see United States and China going to confrontation or to cooperation?
Well, I think the world is globally connected. So therefore, I believe everybody needs to work together. And this is why, since I was born in Shanghai, China, and I moved to US, it is my duty and mission and responsibility to help make, since I'm a geek, so make sure from technology standpoint of view, everybody united, work together, because I believe that any company or any country can address the globalization better or get ahead of the game.
But do you think China will fall to the hands of Google and Facebook and others at the end of it?
Well, I think people talk about policy, security. Each country has its uniqueness. But the way to make it work, because our technology is globally connected, and technology drives everything. I see the technology is the foundation. So therefore, I believe the old way of so-called localization run as silos is not going to fit into the new era of digital lifestyle. So what I believe we all need to do, we have to make sure it's globally connected, globalization, but at the same time, I call it optimization for localization. So you optimize leveraging the great foundation, the pipes that's built globally, and you make sure that anything you need to address locally that needs to be confidential, need to be secure. Well, by the way, in Israel, the security technology and capability is the best. So, this is something that the talents here can help to solve this global challenge.
Our time is up, but I want to ask you one last question. When all those countries, enemies around us, and we are feeling so threat, what attracts you about Israel? Why do you think Israel is worth investing in?
Well, I believe the people here are so passionate. Have you noticed when they talk, the hands moving, it's jumping?
I'm sorry about that.
Right? But look at the opportunity. Israel, even though population is small, it's not about how many people, it's about how capable you are. And today, I believe Israel is the best opportunity for a lot of entrepreneurship. You have a lot of creativity, and you need to leverage the globalization. And look at it in Israel. All the world leading companies, semiconductor, software, internet, all have a location here, right? Because guess what? You ought to be very proud. And this is because you have a great talent. And the world is seamlessly connected. So entrepreneurship and leveraging the global infrastructure, you're like the strong node, and make sure you use the super glue and seamlessly connect to the pipes around the world.
Ms. Walidai, toda rabba. Thank you very much.
Yeah, toda.